And I'm excited that you're here. It's been a while since I've connected with a lot of you. The world has been so busy lately. A lot of us have been busy. And I've just had some amazing things going on. And I constantly reflect back to how it all happened. And I have a lot of people asking me about how I use these darn cards. That's what they call them. How do you use these cards? I want to know more about these cards. That's what everybody refers to them as because they've never heard of SendOutCards. And for those of you that have never heard of SendOutCards is a platform. It's a service that allows you to be able to create a card from an app on your phone or from your computer, and it goes to their mailbox. They get it in the mail. Like, seriously, it comes in an envelope in the mail. You won't be able to see a lot of these, but I'll show them on the computer. And you don't have to touch the card. It goes from the computer or your phone. This was always hard for me to get in the beginning. How does it get from here to here? Like how did it get from here? My mom still can't figure it out. 6 years later, she still can't figure out how the picture got on the card because she doesn't have a cell phone or a computer. She doesn't understand technology. She's 85 years old. And so the computer also sends it. And that's the beauty of what technology has done in our world is it's just changed the way things can get done, and it's sped up the process and lowered the price. And we're all very familiar with things like that. So on a sidebar, I am a serial entrepreneur. I build many businesses and I give all the credit when people ask me, how did you do it? Whatever, they ask you questions all the time. And I reflect back and I say it was all because when I was a little girl, my mom taught us kids how to send a thank you card. Really is what it boiled down to, how to send a thank you card. Then I got into traditional business and I sent a lot of thank you cards to our clients, and I built our salons to be in the top 200 fastest growing salons in the country. And I tell people, think about this for just a minute. The top 200 fastest growing salons in the country, and we were a school, which meant we messed up hair all day long because that's what you do in beauty schools, right? It's just that we weren't a beauty school like you would go to get grandma's hair done or stuff like that. We were a real salon, but we were an apprenticeship salon. I trained all of my hairdressers how to do hair. Every one of you could have come to work for me and said, I want to learn how to do hair. You wouldn't have to go to beauty school. I'm going to teach you how to hold a hairbrush, shampoo the hair, apply the color, highlight, all this kind of stuff. And through the process, you're going to fry people's hair. You're going to cut it bad. You're going to put on the wrong color. Tracy, you're laughing because you're a hairdresser. You know all these things very well. You're going to cut little boys' ears. You're going to cut men's, you're going to mess up. And so how do you get to be in the top 200 fastest growing salons in the country? I can honestly, with all my heart, tell you it was because we knew how to build relationships. We knew how to make people feel special in a tangible way. And it all got lost when email was born. I'll never forget it. When email came out, I was so excited to get rid of all that payroll, all those stamps, all that printing, all those labels, all those Avery labels in the big box and all the DOS things. You tear the little thing off the edge and have all the employees that stuck all the things and crated them off in crates to the mailbox and sorted them all by zip code. Whoo, this is awesome. We can save and they're going to get it quick and it's going to go right to their email and we won't have to waste time. And this is going to be great. At the time, I thought it was great. I didn't realize till later down the road, looking back, that I became like everybody else. I gave up my special touch. Okay. And so then fast forward through life, I find this company SendOutCards 6 years ago. And someone kept trying to tell me to send a card. And I kept telling them, no, nobody sends cards anymore. I haven't sent a card in years. People don't do that, this card. And so he just kept after me. And so a barbecue and 2 margaritas is what it took to get me to send a card. He said, after 2 margaritas, he says, come on, you're going to send your mom a card. And he knew what he was doing because he knew my mom she was 79 at the time, but he knew my mom was not on social media and had a cell phone. And he knew that she was not near us. And he knew that I was her only daughter. And he knew that I had her only granddaughter because we were very close friends. And he made me send a card to my mom. So 2 margaritas in, I put a couple of pictures on this app. We did it on the phone. I put a couple of pictures in and I sent a card to my mom. Forgot all about it. Had the 3rd and 4th margarita and forgot all about the card. And a few days later, I get a phone call from my mom and she's in tears asking me about this car, and I thought she meant car and somebody was in a car accident. It took me a minute for it to hit me that she was in happy tears over a card, and then it registered in my brain. Oh my God. Every time I tell the story, my hairs stand up on end because I had never heard that emotion from my mother. My mother was so deeply touched. And at that very moment, I realized she doesn't see us. I have her only granddaughter and we don't see each other. I'm her only daughter and she doesn't see us. I hadn't put two and two together that she's not on Facebook like everybody else, or that she can't get texted a picture like everybody else. And that was her form of social media, that card. And she asked me about every picture, everyone, every outfit, everything, what was on the wall, la, la, la. She wanted to know every detail. And it just hit me. It didn't hit me for business. It hit me for connection. It made me realize a missing link between me and my mother. And I said, oh my gosh, I'm going to do this to send cards to my mom. And that's the only reason I was going to do it, was to send cards to my mom, because I was already retired. I was out of the salon industry. I wasn't interested in anything else. So then I heard that this was a business, and he tried to convince me to do this as a business. And I said, no, it's $1. Who can make money on $1? We need big ticket items, blah, blah, blah. And so I kept sending cards. And then my brain kicked in and I remembered that I used to send cards in my salons years ago, and my wheels started spinning and I started thinking, what would happen if I started teaching this to businesses, is really what it was. I'm going to teach this to businesses. And I had got it introduced to some people. I started meeting people that had been doing it for years. Like Michael Vogel on here has been here since the beginning of the darn company, I think. And I met people like him who had been using it in business. And I started listening to these people and I started thinking, I could do this. Well, then fast forward, what I did is I started remembering how important it was to build relationships. And I started building relationships with clients and teaching them how to build relationships with their clients. Well, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm constantly got my hands in building businesses. So then I started building businesses, and I started building a business of my own. And then I started building businesses for other, and it started growing and growing and growing. And then fast forward over 6 years, what has happened is I've built this humongous network of relationships. And this humongous network of relationships, I want you to stop and think. So if you've never read this book, The Power of Human Connections, my light's kind of bright, The Power of Human Connections, you should order it and get it, because this book is filled with testimonies from businesses. And many of these people are my personal customers that I taught how to use this system, that then turned their business into #1 salespeople and #1 businesses, because they learned the art of human connections. Okay. The Power of Human Connections. So get that book because you'll absolutely love it. And then I just started making connections and connections and connections and connections, and it started growing and growing and growing. So I also have a coaching business. You can't see this, but it's called Master the Art of Human Connections. If you learn how to master the art of human connections, you will tap into the riches of relationships. The riches of relationships are where opportunities come from, are where referrals come from, are where new friends come from, and where love is found. I've always been a coach, and I've always taught relationships. I taught my employees how to master the art of human connections. That's why our salons grew to the top 200. That's why today, many of my hairdressers today, years later, I'm 53 and I was in my young 20s. So this is 30 years. I had my business for 19 years. We had 16,000 clients. We were doing $3 million a year in our salons. I mean, that's how big our salons were. We were the highest priced salons you could get, not connected to like the Ritz-Carlton or something like that. And it was all because we knew how to build relationships. I taught the people how to talk, how to shake hands, how to listen, how to lift people up, how to inspire, how to encourage, all that kind of stuff, how to shake a hand. Took these kids under my wing, grew them up to adults today, and they have famous salons all around the world that they're running just like off the systems that I taught them. And so I brought that same methodology and system when I found this company and this tool that enabled me to do exactly what I did years ago. But I used to say years ago, gosh, what if we could put a before and after picture on these cards? Well, that was impossible back then. You could only print a white postcard. That was it. Black print and an Avery label on the back. And that was it. And let me tell you, we did all that success off of a white postcard, black print, and an Avery label. because it's a connection of that next step to put that appreciation beyond just a post or just a thank you or a text or something like that. And many people in business do not do it. They don't take the time to do it. Okay, so sidebar. So come to current. Now you can put before and after pictures on everything. Okay, so that's the easiest thing. But when do you send a card, and what do you put on a card, and who do you send a card to is what most people always ask. What do I say in the card, Darla? And what do I do? And what, who do I send it to? Well, fast forward today, I'm going to overwhelm you. I send, I don't know, 500 cards a month. And when I started, I sent 33 a month. When I got started in SendOutCards, I sent 33 cards a month because that was the plan that I was on. You could send 33 cards back then. Okay. Now they've come up with the unlimited plan, and I send unlimited cards. For Mother's Day alone, I'll send 750 Mother's Day cards in one click of a button to 750 moms. Because over the past 6 years, I have focused on finding mothers, not Nemo, mothers. Anybody that's a mother, I make sure I put them into my CRM, into a group, so that the following year I can celebrate them as a mother. Okay. And my goal is to get to 10,000 mothers. I do not do any advertising for my businesses, all of them. I build 12 businesses, but I build one network. I want you guys to catch that. I build 12 businesses, but I build one network. What is the definition of business? Something that requires a transaction between a customer to a product or a service for a profit. Write that down if you don't know it. The definition of business is something that requires a transaction between a customer to a product or a service for a profit. That's business. So if business is the same, then you can build any business in the world, right? Because all you need to do is create a transaction between a customer to a product or a service. Whether your product is a shake or a car wash, or your service is a haircut or insurance, doesn't matter. It's all the same. So that clicked in my brain years ago when I said, all I need to do is build one network. So now I'm going to prove a point to you guys. I'm going to work backwards. So now we're going to jump forwards, and I'm going to work backwards, and then I'm going to show you cards. 8 months ago, my husband started in a trading business. I do not trade. I have no interest in trading. I am the number one recruiter in that business. I do not trade. I'm the number one recruiter in that business. I do not prospect. I do not go out and say, hey, I want to meet with you, or hey, I want to show you something. I don't do it. People come to me. These create attraction marketing. When you put kindness out, it comes back to you. I've always said you don't build relationships for today. If you're just going to start building relationships for today, you're going to start like I did 6 years ago. And that's okay, because you got to start at some point. You have to start building your gratitude pipeline, your relationship network, your network. You have to build it. You have to start it at some point. And you can start it by hand, and you can manage a few. But boy, when it starts growing, which it'll do, because it's like, have you ever grown a chia pet? You know, the pet is just a shell, and you put the seeds in, and then you water it, and it starts growing, and you can manage it at first, but oh God, then you got to start giving it a haircut and all this kind of stuff. And if you don't, it gets out of control and you can't manage it, and you throw it in the trash, and it's done. Growing a network is the exact same thing. Okay. You have to plant those seeds. These are the seeds that you're planting in hearts all over the world. And you let sunshine and the universe and the law of attraction grow it. You don't do anything else other than that. All you have to do is plant the love and kindness. The back of all my cards speak what it is that I send cards for. Michael, I love that you posted this the other day on your Facebook. Why we send cards, and I'll show it to you. You can screenshot it. Cards are like a vehicle that carry a piece of you into the heart of another. Upon its arrival, it releases a shot of dopamine to the brain, which puts a smile on the receiver's heart that lasts forever. Okay. That's how you make an impression to be remembered in a kind, loving, heartfelt way with no sales absolutely no sales. No, I appreciate your referrals and I'm your local realtor. No 10% off your next visit if you come in today. No, you just poo-pooed on it. It changes the energy of the reason why you made the connection. You do not need to sell if you just make connections. If you make connections with people, things sprout, opportunities grow, relationships grow. We just got back from a 1-month vacation for our 20-year wedding anniversary. Wait till I show you some of these cards. We wanted for nothing. We had we had so many invitations that we couldn't even take them all. We had so many invites of places to stay. We couldn't even take, we had to do like a lottery. Can I tell you next week after all the offers are in where we're going to stay, who we're going to choose? It was really like that because we have so many relationships. 8 years ago, 2009, 10. Anyway, back then we went on a 1-year road trip. We leased a $1 million home on wheels for 1 year, my husband and I and my daughter, and we traveled the country and we had places to stay everywhere around the country because I used to build a country business back then and I knew how to create relationships, right? I used to build a company that was in the US. Well, now I build companies that are all over the world. This year, we had to cancel because of COVID. Germany, Amsterdam, Belgium, and England, lots of places where we were doing house swaps with friends. They were going to come to our house. We were going to go to their house. Malta, and there's another one. I never even heard of Malta. It's an island off of, I don't even know where. I know they've told me, but I don't know. But my point is this. We have relationships and love and support and kindness and everything. And it all comes because we take time to build relationships. And these make it easy. Okay. So now fast forward, back up, number one money earners in this company. People are reaching to us every day. While we were on vacation this past month, we broke records in the company and we were not even on any calls. We were not doing any meetings, none, zero, none. It's all because of building relationships, because of the system that I'm going to show you that allows me to be able to do it, and because of the support system that I have. So now I'm going to share my screen. So this is what's called our card catalog, I guess you would call it. When you log in, this is what you see. And you can go directly here to search for whatever you want, or you can come here to your categories and go direct into a category, or you can scroll straight down and you can look at all the catalogs down here. I will show you one other thing. So I'm not going to show you, I'm going to tell you. When you add somebody into your system, you can add their birthday, their anniversary, special dates, special occasions, and then you can put them into groups. So I have mothers groups, fathers groups. I have all my businesses, my customers, my teams, my people in network, certain industries, realtors, mortgage lenders. I have people all broken out, grandparents, things like that, so that throughout the year I can do campaigns. A campaign is when you're going to send, like my Mother's Day campaign, I'm going to send a bunch of cards out, one card to a bunch of people. That's a campaign. So this just gives you an example of the types of cards that I send. Okay, I send lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of cards. You're going to notice my birthday cards are all the same. My birthday cards are all the same for the whole year. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. And then this card is the same. I'll show you what that looks like. And so you'll notice a lot of familiarity and then a lot of individuality. And I'll show you what those look like. Here's an example of one. Yay, it's going to open. Now I'm going to tell you each card what I do with these cards so you understand them. So when my husband got started in his company, I started celebrating all the people in his company, not on our team. Now listen to me closely, not people on our team because we didn't have one. I started celebrating people in the company that he's in as they hit their rank advancements. So I didn't know who these people were. Okay. I would just send them a message and I would say, congratulations on your rank advancement. I would love to celebrate you. Can I get your mailing address? And they would send me their mailing address. And then this is what I would send them. I would put their rank advancement on here and I have this message that goes on every card. And you can take a picture if you want. It's got their name and it says, these are the moments that make it all worth it. And I have a lot of typos in my cards, and that's okay. I think it makes it personal, and it's me. And if it bothers people, that's their problem, not mine. And it says, from someone who has made millions in the industry, lived a yes life for over a decade, traveled the world, built teams of 150,000 people plus, the best gift I can give you is a piece of advice. On a bad day, do what winners do. Winners never quit. Jim and Darla. Okay. Now, by doing that, what that has done, and we've sent dozens of those cards out, now those people are our friends. We've built relationships with those people. We've already got invites to go visit some of these people in their countries of where they live, because Jim's in a global business. I want you guys to really catch the power of that. I took a moment to celebrate somebody that was not connected to me or in my world or in my network. What it did is it brought them into my network. Do you get what I mean? Like, for example, when we moved into this place, it was on the very weekend that COVID hit. Quarantine. We've been here over a year now, and we've not met one neighbor, but we have many friends that are neighbors, because I took a picture of their door and a picture of our door and says, you haven't met us yet. On the inside of the card was a picture of what we look like with our masks on, and then a picture of what we look like with our masks off. And we attached some brownies to them and said, we never got to meet you. We want to meet you and introduce ourselves and blah, blah, blah. And that turned into relationships that have turned into business. Do you guys get that? I want you to grab the power of the tool. I don't prospect. I build the relationship first. And I let the relationship evolve into whatever it's supposed to be. The universe has control of that, not you. Whatever they're praying and wishing for is what it attracts. Because people understand that people are connected for a reason, okay? Now, mind you, I do no advertising, none, none, zero advertising. I don't run Facebook ads. I don't have whatever, nothing, zero, no advertising. Yet I have an abundance of customers coming to me with referrals and everything every day. So when you think about the money that I spend on my cards, if I'm spending $400 or $500 a month, is that cheaper than doing one Facebook ad? Is that cheaper than doing any advertising whatsoever? Yeah, it is. And I want to tell you the difference. Is a Facebook ad warm market or cold market? It's cold market. Absolutely. Is a card warm market? 100%. You're turning a cold market, you're turning a stranger into a friend in an instant. They don't even know who you are. And they're posting on Facebook that you're the nicest person they've ever met. The nicest lady I ever met that moved into our complex sent me this card. Kindness first. People don't take the time to build a relationship. They don't. The only reason they call people is when they're needing something. And it's not because they don't care about the people, it's because they don't have the time. They don't have the time to build the relationship. That's what this tool does. Okay.
Question for you, Darla.
Yes.
If you, let's say, for example, I want to reach out to, associates that are, friends on Facebook. You don't know their address. You just have obviously their first and last name. Do you just message them and saying, I'd like to send you a card. Can I get your address?
Yeah. What I do, actually, Kim, if you'll go to my YouTube channel, on my YouTube channel, I have a training called Sift, Sort, and Save. And I'm going to share with you how I use it, or a piece of it. But that is a training on how I do exactly what I was telling you about, what you just asked me.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you.
Sift, sort, and save. This one goes out to, I like to celebrate every single new, like businesses, you should celebrate your customers. I celebrate every single new team member that joins our team. So here's an example of a card that goes out to every person that joins our Jim's trading team, because there's a lot of people joining right now. And so it's all about I am statements, because the name of that company is I am as well. So it's I am my own boss. I am making my dreams come true. Welcome to the team. And everybody gets the same card, but they don't know it, right? Because when they get it, it's feeling personalized to them. And I don't always put the people's name in the card because their name is on the envelope and it's coming to them and it's personal and they're so excited about it. They don't even catch that their name is on the card. I also don't put the name on the card when I'm doing campaigns, because all you need to do is mess up somebody's name and you've ruined everything, and they know that it's not personal, right? So if you leave off the name, they don't know that it's not personal. Jim and I are happy you are here. Jim is here to help guide you traders through the academy, and I'm here to help those that want to get there too and free and build a team. If we haven't already done a game plan yet, reach out and let's do it. We are here to help make those I am statements come true. Now, I want you to think about what this card is doing. This card is not only appreciating them, but what is this doing right here? It's making sure that they've done their game plan. And if they haven't, they're reaching out, right? That's what that's doing. This one, you're going to love this one. So I make this anniversary card up, and it's the same anniversary card, the front that goes to everyone. I do the same card. And we just got back from a 1-month vacation. Hold on, I want you guys to see me. So we were on this 1-month vacation, making friends everywhere. Everywhere we went on cruises every night. We went on champagne sunset boat things. We went on tours. Hey, how you doing? Where are you guys from? Where are you from? Where are you from? Right? First question everybody asks when they're on vacation. But most people don't do what I just did. Where are you from? What are you here for? Oh, it's our 20th anniversary. Oh my God, it's our 20th too. When did you guys get married? Oh, great. Yeah. Oh gosh, we're only a few days apart. Get together. I want to take your picture. Boom. Oh, great. And that's all I have to do. Then we go on with the night. We have a good night. I wait for the 2 margaritas. Just kidding. And then I say to her, we have to keep in touch. What's your phone number? And I get the phone number all the time, put the phone number in my phone. I shoot them the selfie to say, so we're never forgotten. And I let it go and I continue the relationship. I talk about children, build a relationship, no business whatsoever. I'm finding everything out about them that I need to know. And then the day goes on, the night goes on. The next day when I wake up, I text and I say, so my new best friend, I'm so excited about this new relationship. I have a great souvenir to send you in the mail. What's your mailing address? They send the mailing address. Oh, let's, and we start talking. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you on Facebook? And blah, blah, blah. Okay. So then we get all that out of the way and I send a card, and this is what the card looks like. So it says happy anniversary. And then it's got their picture on the inside of it. And it says, happy anniversary to our new friends. Now here I'll put their name because I'm making this card out myself. This is not something I'm relying on the first name field and all that stuff to put in. I did it myself because I know their name. It was really great to meet you both. I hope this card put a smile on your face today, and may this next year be filled with more love and laughter, better listening skills, less interrupting, more hugs and kisses, faster forgiveness than ever before. Your new friends, Jim and Darla. And it's got my typical brand on the back with our daughter. And I added a 2-pack of brownies to that. Okay. Now, what do you think that's going to do when that lands, right? It's going to attract and connect, and it's going to take me from the head to the heart. Now, mind you, I could have left it at the text message that I sent them with the picture, but what are the odds of them remembering me after 4 more nights of drinking and partying and whatever, and getting home to the kids and things, a week later, they've got 5 kids, they're not going to remember anybody they met on the cruise. But a week later, when they're exhausted and tired and wishing they were back on that boat, they're going to open that card and open those brownies. And that just shoots that shot of dopamine that didn't get sent when the text got sent. Are you guys getting what I'm putting down? That's my new line I'm learning. Okay, here's another one. So this was one of our clients, John Indries and Angie Indries, who are one of our SendOutCards customers. John has been in every single one of my businesses with me. He has been very extremely great friendship and loyal. And it's all because of the relationship that we built. Now, mind you, let me tell you this story. I didn't even know John. John came from somebody else in my first business 12 years ago. That was a friend of that person that saw me building relationships, that liked that I built relationships. Then he got started. Hold on, I'm going to blow your mind. So then he got started. And for those of you that are in SendOutCards, that's the guy who's in this book, who is also on the Relationship Marketing Weekly episode for the guy that was losing his business. And I gave him his best business ever. And this past year was his best business in 28 years. Like, so good that he just can't even believe it. And it's all because I taught him how to send cards, and he ditched all of his advertising, 100% of it, done, gone. And he's in this book.
I
Okay.
received cards from him.
You get cards from him?
Mhm.
Awesome. That's great. I hope he's watching. Okay, so share. Let me go back here. Okay, so now listen to this. They find out we're coming to Florida and it's our anniversary, and he calls us and he says, we insist that we take you out for your dinner for your anniversary. We insist. And they take us to Eddie V's. If you don't know what Eddie V's is, that's a $300 dinner on a small night, on a low night, okay? And so I always put the picture on the front with the something, and then on the inside I put the picture like this in case they want to frame one of them. And my message is, thank you, John and Angie, for all your hospitality and great friendship. We loved hanging out with you guys, and you were right. We absolutely love Florida. I'm sure we'll be your neighbors soon, which means next time dinner is on us. Okay, so that's, I take that the next step further to show that appreciation. Write this down. If you're not in Send Out Cards, you've never heard this, but what and who you appreciate appreciates you back. Now there's a little word thing there. What you appreciate. If you appreciate your freedom, it appreciates you back. If you appreciate your beautiful, healthy body, it appreciates you back. So what you appreciate appreciates you back. Who you appreciate appreciates you back. What you appreciate appreciates. I appreciate my husband. He appreciates me back. I appreciate our marriage. Our marriage appreciates. Do you guys get where I'm going with these words? This is all part of mastering the art of human connections and learning about how relationships work. Learning how to grow the emotional side of a relationships, which you've heard the phrase, people do business with people they know, like, love, and trust, not people that pitch them and prospect them and sell to them and, bug them. If you will get rid of all that, you'll never sell again. If you'll learn to appreciate, you'll never sell again. Now look at this one. So while I'm in Florida, Edie, who's one of my clients and good friends, who is a good friend that I met that became a client. Now, Edie is someone that I met through Send Out Cards. Most people in Send Out Cards don't send cards to people in Send Out Cards. And I tell them that's your biggest mistake. Send cards to people in Send Out Cards that are not in your business, because it's not about business. It's about relationships. And a quote, I don't know if I told you this earlier, but a quote that I tell people all the time is, you don't build, I did tell you, you don't build relationships for today, you build them for the future. So here we are in our relationship in the future, and Edie's in several of my businesses. And Edie is a dear friend of mine now. We talk a lot. Edie's a good friend of mine. So look at this. I come to Florida and Edie says, girl, just tell me what day I can come see you. And she drives, I don't even know where she drove from, far away, okay? And she comes to see me just for lunch and insists on paying for lunch. Like it was a fight. So the card says, aren't we adorable? Thank you so much, Edie, for your friendship, the cool glasses. She gave me the glasses. She gave me this awesome selfie stick that I use every day now. Awesome selfie stick. She bought lunch. She had to fill her car up with gas. Yes, there's a typo, and that's okay. And she drove all those miles and all the love and everything else you give me over the years. That is what the power of these cards will do. However, you can't send cards expecting for this to come to you in the future, because I did not expect any of this to come to me in the future. You have to send and release. Let God in the universe do its magic. That's it. Just send and release. So this, I made this front up. I have this in my, it's an image. I just made it. It's a picture. And I have it in my photo manager, and I just grab it and I put it on the card. And anytime somebody makes a really cute Facebook post, I capture the Facebook memory. That's all it is. So it says, I love capturing memories for friends. Enjoy. That's it. There's no back to the card. They already know who I am. I don't send this to a stranger because it doesn't have my name on it. I send this to somebody that I know knows who I am. They get cards from me all the time. This is simply just to capture their memory of a beautiful post and to send it to them. That's it. So that's another way that I use it. Now, mind you, this guy just signed up in Jim's trading business. And what's his goal? To set her free. So I'm helping him to build the team. Jim's helping him to trade. Would that have happened if I wasn't sending him cards? I don't know. I don't know if it would have or wouldn't, to be honest with you. Oh, look at this one. Okay, hold on. I have to stop and tell you a story. So my daughter sends cards like crazy. I've taught her how to send cards. She learned quickly that she's the favorited grandchild because she's the grandchild that sends cards. And grandparents love cards. And the other grandkids, they don't even call, because they're millennials. They just don't. It's the way millennials are. But Bella keeps in touch with her cards. And so that has turned her into a rock star amongst all of the friends' parents, because for Mother's Day, she sends all the moms a card. She sends all of her friends' birthday cards. She sends all the parents' birthday cards because she's got them in the CRM. Do you get it? Now Bella sits and shows her friends how to send cards to their parents. What happens when those parents get a card from their own kid? Who's the rock star, right? So then Bella gets invited on all these crazy family vacations. She's been to Maine. I mean, they only get to pick one friend and the mom says, pick Bella. That's what it's like. And so the day that we left on our 1-month trip, she got on a plane to go to Zion on a family vacation. So this is what I do so that I can make the mom feel appreciated. So this is a stock card. This is a card that's in the card catalog. I just type in thank you and it pulls this up. And then I put in the pictures of the girls. And it says, I just can't thank you enough. Dear Michelle, thank you so much for including Bella in your trip. We greatly appreciate everything you did so she could have that experience in memory. I can't believe how fast these girls grew up. I just do that so that the mom can feel appreciated. Now Mother's Day is coming. The mom's going to get a Mother's Day card from me, right? They get a holiday card from me. And these are the things that you can do with this system. See this right here, this freedom frame? So this means freedom. It's a play on words. If you're in network marketing, you understand what it means, but you get 3 people and they get 3 people and they get 3 people and they get 3 people. And over time, it takes you to freedom, which is what I've been so blessed to be able to create. So Jordan Adler, who's the #1 money earner in SendOutCards, sent me this. Well, I send this to everybody who hits a higher rank advance in the companies, in our teams, because when you're small, it doesn't make sense. But when you're higher up in your rank advancements, it really makes sense. And it becomes motivational and inspirational and something for them to look at, to inspire them. Dreams can come true. And it's got all 3 of their rank advancements that they got. And it says, hello, my beautiful friend. I know you already got the standard card that goes out, but I think it should have looked more like this one. You are on the way to freedom, my friend. And that is where dreams really do come true. And that frame is $100. It's like $89 in the gift store, but you couldn't buy that. I mean, the quality of it is beautiful. This is a very expensive frame. Shipping and everything, after shipping and everything, is $101, I think. To me, that is a priceless gift. It's a gift that will last and continue to give emotionally forever. Okay. So here is my birthday card that goes out to everyone this year. This is this year's birthday card. And not only do we do this one, but we put the picture. Let me do this. Oh, that'll take too long. So then we put on the top, they can have the picture to put in a 5x7 frame. This is really the gift right here, right here. This is the, oh my God, how cute. This is really cute. But in reality, this is the gift. People want the picture of them with no writing on it. So here's my card. Story time. In 2016, I started sending these types of birthday cards to my family, friends, and customers. Oftentimes, people would tell me that I was the only card they received and how special it made them feel, which in return made me feel good. In 2020, right before the world went into isolation, I took on a personal mission to extend my card sending to all the thousands of people that came into my life. Regardless of how close we are or how much time we spend together, you play a role in my family's life, and I am grateful you were born. I hope this card put an extra smile on your face today. Since I started, and then the back of the card is this is the meme that goes on people's birthday. So every day, everybody gets this meme dropped on their Facebook timeline for their birthday. So I put it on the back of the card so that they would put 2 and 2 together when they saw it. Oh my God, she also put that on my Facebook. It's all psychology of the emotions tying together. This is what I teach. Okay, so back up. Let me go back up. And since I started sending that birthday card, there is not one day, because dozens of cards go out a day, right? There's not one day that I get somebody who pours out a long message to me telling me, because I told them how much I'm grateful for the role they play in my life, that I'm grateful they were born, what I mean to them. And I get chills. It just is, it's like, oh, my mom calls it fan mail. She's all, honey, that's fan mail, because I get so much mail in the mail. And she says, that's fan mail, baby, that proves what you're doing to the world is good. What you're putting out there is good. Those messages are the same thing. I get messages from people that I don't even know who they are, but they know who I am, right? So Kim, for example, I don't know who you are, but maybe I impress upon you and you send me a long message, right? That's what I'm talking about. I have to go research and find who these people are to find out who I'm thanking and who this connection is. And then what does it turn into? Hey, Kim, let's set up a Zoom. I want to meet with you. I want to see if there's any way I can add more value to your life. Now, the purpose of why I do that, see, I don't have to cross-recruit anybody or take anybody away from any business, because that's not what I do. I add value to the businesses that they already have, and I add value to their life. What is it that you need? Let me show you how to grow it. What is it that you want? I'm going to show you how to grow it, right? And so that's the beauty here. That's why this company, SendOutCards, is the #1 most used company in the industry by people of the industry. I want you to stop and think about that. It's the most used in the industry by people of the industry. What does that mean? People in all kinds of network marketing companies are using this for what reason? To do exactly what I'm showing you. To do exactly what I'm showing you. So that's why SendOutCards loves it, because the more people, the more businesses that I get into, what am I sending more of? Cards, gifts, brownies, frames, $100 gifts, big things, right? So the more businesses that you get into, what are you sending more of? Cards, gifts. Do you get it? That's why this company loves people in business that build networks. If you guys are invited on here as a guest and you do not know what SendOutCards is, please make sure you're signing up with the person that invited you on this, the person that has been sending you cards, the person that's been trying to talk to you about this, okay? I'm here to simply help you understand why they're trying to talk to you about it so that you can see what it is that they see. That's all. So make sure you get back with the proper person. And whatever you do, don't go directly to the company and sign up with the company, because you won't get supported by somebody that's training and doing and building and active in the company. You're signing up directly with the company. Plus, if somebody's introducing this to you, they rightfully deserve to have you as the referral. This card, actually, I'm going to show you this card. It's really cool. When I meet people and I'm talking to them about business, so like, let's say they're in business and I'm talking to them about the importance of having cards and all that kind of stuff, I have this card that I send them, and it's my logo on the front, and it says on the inside, this is only saying that because it's coming to me, by the way, it would say their name. For the past 30 years of my life, I've been an entrepreneur, business builder, networker, speaker, trainer, and coach. One law and principle I learned early in life is opportunities of all kind, referrals, friends, and love come through people that know you, like you, and love you. If you've ever read the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, you know that relationships are what matter most, and the faster you can emotionally connect in a positive way with others, the sooner you attract the riches of relationship, and those riches are opportunities, referrals, friends, and love. With social media, email, and tech, when social media, email, and text was born, it changed the way the world communicated. It allowed for us to reach more people faster, which is great. However, in hindsight, it removed the personal touch. Today, many people go days, weeks, months, and years without even a hug or hearing the words, I appreciate you or I love you. This is part of the reason why so many people today are depressed. That missing personal touch is what releases dopamine in the brain. That dopamine is what takes you from someone's head to their heart. In the world of business, that feeling is what turns you instantly from being a salesman to someone that cares. In 2015, I started teaching other entrepreneurs how to master the art of human connection, how to take back the personal touch. Today, mine and my clients' friends' success stories are written about in this book, and I'm excited for you to read about it. The only single thing these people have done is learned how to master the art of human connections. Read the first chapter and you will know. So this is a card that I send out, and it shows these books that I've been written in, my life stuff. And then on the back, it's got why you need to build relationships and gratitude and all this kind of stuff. And I've got attached to it the book that I showed you of human connections. Now, I created this as a campaign, so I don't have to recreate the card every time. I just click and send, and it's done and it's gone. So here's another one. I send cards to everybody that rank advances in all the companies that I'm in, not just cards to people on my team. And again, going back to, you want to build relationships with all types of networkers and leaders, not for today, but for the future. Dan and I don't do business together, but Dan will never forget who I am, because Dan got this card from me years ago. He's still got it. And Dan gets a birthday card from me. He gets a holiday card from me. Dan will never forget who I am. And so every card looks the same. All I do is change out the front, and I put the congratulations picture of the front that the company builds. And on the inside of the card, it says, Relationship Marketing Summit. It's a picture from me when I was speaking on stage at an event. It says, when you learn how to master the art of human connections, you attract an abundance of opportunity, friends, and love into your life. And then the inside says the same thing for everyone. I want to personally congratulate you on your recent success. I know I don't need to tell you this, but this company is the key to doors opening that you never knew existed. It has completely changed my life on so many levels. Get excited about the future, send more cards, and I will see you on stage one day, stage soon. So all I'm doing, so do you guys get how I'm creating relationships for the future? Celebrate the business next door. If they got a new sign put on their building, celebrate them. Drive around your neighborhood, and if somebody redid their garden, take a picture of their garden and send it to them and tell them how beautiful their flowers are and how grateful you are that they made the neighborhood look so great. Or take a picture of you in front of their garden and say, I walk by your house every day and your roses made me smile today, and I thought I would return the favor. Do you get what you're doing? You're tapping into a relationship that becomes attractive. It's universal. When you put hate out, what do you get back? Hate. When you put kindness and love out, what do you get back? More of it, right? Okay, look at this one. So every time somebody loses a pet or an adult, they get the same card, and it says the same thing. And it says, in loving memory, and we throw the pictures in there. And then on the top of it, it has one picture, the nicest one, to put in a frame. And then it says the same thing on the bottom. I know there are no words that can mend your broken heart. I hope that knowing we care helps a little, and that this memory card puts a smile on your face for years to come. You cannot believe what that does. It's unbelievable. Oh, I love this one. Grandparents. When somebody gets a new grandbaby, you know, grandparents go crazy putting their grandbabies. I'm telling you, when you do stuff like this, that card will stay on their refrigerator and on their mantle for the rest of their life. I'm not kidding you. Here's another one. This is a cute little meme that I made up. And anytime that I have a friend or somebody that I've known for a long time and I find out that I haven't been sending them cards, I send them this card. It says, yep, that was me. The moment that I discovered that I had never sent you a card. At first I felt guilty. Then I got excited because I know for a fact that late cards are 100% better than no card at all. From your silly card sending friend whose goal is to put a little dopamine in your life today. That's it. And then on this side, it says, why I love sending cards. Cards are like a vehicle, blah, blah, blah. That's another one. If somebody does not have a picture on Facebook, they still get a birthday card. This was the word search card. So last year we had a word search for boy and a word search for girl. And this is what the inside of the card said. It says, here we are again. another year older, but never too old for some word search fun, something you probably haven't done since you were a kid. So grab a pen and have some fun. Happy birthday from us to you. And we had just moved, so we had our address down here. But I can't even tell you how many people would send us screenshots of their puzzle being done and saying how much fun they had to stop for a minute and act like a kid. I like to send late birthday cards because you can capture the actual memories. So this is the best late birthday card ever. And it's got the memories they put on Facebook. And it's just a play on words. Did you know there are 3 reasons that make sending late cards better than on-time cards? 1, if this card were on time, it would not have these adorable pictures in it. 2, it's 100% better than no card at all. 3, it just made you smile right when you need it. Happy birthday all over again. And people go nuts over it. They call you, they're laughing, they're cracking up. You made my birthday happy all over again. So does anybody have any questions? Fire away.
Darla, when you're sending, this is Cindy, when you're sending Mother's Day cards, they're all system sends, is that correct?
Well,
To 750 people, it's going to be system send.
in the beginning, I used to do them all customized. I used to put a picture of the mother and the child in the card. Because I was only sending 33, then it got up to 75, and then it got up to 100. Well, now there's just too many. Last year I sent 517, but 100 of them were customized because I did a Mother's Day post and I said, okay, my favorite holiday is coming. Mother's Day is right around the corner. Drop a picture below of you and your children, and I'm going to send you a surprise in the mail. And so those people all got a heartfelt card. And then the rest of them went campaign.
But I love the term surprise in the mail or I'm celebrating you. Those are great terms. I appreciate it.
Because then when you can backdoor them and ask them for their mailing address.
Yep.
And when people say, can I ask why? I'll say, because I'm sending you some Mother's Day love in the mail.
Great. Thank you.
And there's nothing wrong too with sending late Mother's Day cards because on anytime there's a holiday, I'm on Facebook. I'm going to show you what I do. Watch this. I'm going to blow your mind right now. Okay. So every day I come over here to Facebook and I just spend a couple minutes, and this is what I do. I go to the wall. So like, for example, I want this guy to get a card. So I'm going to click right here and I'm going to click Save Post. And you can build all kinds of folders that they're going in, right? All kinds of folders. So if I want this person to get a heartfelt card, I'm putting it in here. If it's something that Bella should send a card for, veterans. So on Veterans Day, I went in and I clicked veteran, save, so that all those people could get a Veterans Day card. Make sense? So when Mother's Day comes, you can go like this and you can say new collection and you can write Mother's Day. And then you go in and you click all the Mother's Day posts, Mother's Day, Mother's Day, Mother's Day, save Mother's Day, Mother's Day, Mother's Day, Mother's Day. And then you can sit down and send all of those people a card for Mother's Day. Now, if that takes you 4 hours to do, and it lands you a night at Eddie V's, a home swap to Europe, all expenses paid, a new customer that pays you $2,000, you just don't know. The sale of a house, Carol, sale of a house type of thing. It's your advertising. I don't pay any advertising. That's my time. And I hire people. I have a team of people that work for me. I have 3 personal assistants that work for me. I didn't in the beginning. In the beginning, I did it all myself because I only did a small circle of people. Then I started widening my circle and widening my circle and widening my circle and treating it like a business. What do businesses have? Employees, people that work for them, right? So it's no different than them being hairdressers servicing my clients. They're assistants that are sending cards for me all day long. And the more cards, the better. If I have to pay them more hours, I'm for it. I don't care how much payroll costs me. I want cards going out because I know what it brings me back in return. All right, you guys that are guests, get back with the people who invited you on this thing and just start sending cards. Thank you, everyone. If I can help you in any way, let me know. Love you guys.